So I do a lot of these seminars, online seminars, and I would say that like out of everything that I do in the retouching world and post-processing world, I'm pretty well known for my color grading, and it's a style that has been developed over a number of years, and it started with my graphic design. I would always process other bands' photos and get hired to do that in album artwork or whatever else. And so naturally when I went over to photography, it's like, well, this is my own work, I can do whatever I want. I really started developing a streamlined process of color grading, and I'm a very manual color grader. So when I go into Photoshop and color grade my images, it tends to be a very slow process. So I'll do like a couple of tweaks here, and then I'll sit on it for 2 days, sometimes longer, a week, and then I'll come back to it and I'll change it and I'll tweak it. Color has always played a crucial role in what I do, and I started working with like a lot of the muted colors, and now more and more I'm getting into photography, and I'm playing with color in clothing and backgrounds and all sorts of stuff. Now I really do still have a liking towards muted colors and like kind of off the beaten path kind of colors, you know. Now for me it's so important, you know, it's almost like I see the world not only in composition, but if you've seen the movie The Matrix, the main character Keanu Reeves as Neo, he starts seeing the Matrix in this like green sort of pattern code. I feel like I kind of see the world like that, and I'm always like studying lines and colors and things like that and how they could play into a photograph. It's honestly like a trained thing that I've had to develop over a number of years. I'm a completely self-taught photographer. When I moved over to photography, the first couple of years I wasn't doing much in print, but the prints I did and were doing really didn't translate that well. So I realized that I had to come up, you know, and find a system for calibrating my monitors, for making sure that everything was correct, everything looked well. It's so important for me because most of my work that I do is editorial work, and it does end up in a magazine. So I have to have the proper process and the proper equipment to make sure that my monitors are calibrated so that what I capture in my camera translates well to print. I do a lot of tethering, wireless tethering using the Cam Ranger, and I make sure that what my client is seeing on the iPad is exactly a good representation of what the final image is going to look like. Now there is a post-process with the color grading and the unique kind of look, but I want to make sure that it looks right out of camera, which goes to the iPad, which is what my client sees. So in the end, color plays a crucial role, and lines, just like lines and composition and everything else, color is just as important, if not more important, for me. So.